Who doesn't love a good deal? Tell me the number of times you said, hey, I want to overpay for this really expensive thing, right? Many people are willing to pay a premium for the perfect location, the perfect thing, excellent quality, the right timing, or just convenience, and the opportunity to be the winner in a competitive situation. Houses are no different. People pay a premium for all of those qualities, but that doesn't mean you wouldn't like the opportunity or at least the improved chances of getting a good deal. Today we're talking about techniques to get you a good deal on a house when you're the buyer. Hey there, my name's Emily Farber and I'm a realtor here in the Iowa City area. I create YouTube content all about real estate for both buyers and sellers. I do neighborhood tours, videos about the general Iowa City area, and the state of Iowa. If that's the kind of content you're interested in, make sure to hit the red subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified each time I publish a new video, which is every week. If you're watching this video specifically because you're thinking about buying a house, I have a free downloadable home buyer's guide that you should grab a copy of. You can find a link for that down below in the description box of this video. If you're watching on your phone, just tap the title of this video and that description box will open right up. You'll also find all of my contact information down there if you want to reach out to talk to me about your specific real estate needs. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Is it possible to get a good deal when you're buying real estate, and how do you do it? I am recording this video here at the end of 2021, and I can tell you that this past year was pretty rough on buyers. Prices skyrocketed and buyer competition on many properties was totally insane. So when you're a buyer looking for a house, is there anything you can do to try to work the system in your favor? Yes. Now, before you get too excited and think I'm going to tell you how to buy a house for pennies on the dollar, let's just set some realistic expectations. Real life house buying is nothing like it is on HGTV. Here in the Iowa City market, years of data shows that the average list to sales price ratio is 98% or more. So if you're thinking that you're going to find success with really lowball offers, you're talking crazy. The key is figuring out which listings are prime candidates for those low-ish offers that you want to make. Number one, let's talk about timing. Sometimes you gotta buy when you gotta buy, but if your timeline is flexible, consider postponing your home search to off-market or slower time periods. This is going to vary depending upon where you live, but here in the Midwest, it is very weather dependent. Our real estate market slows way down during the winter, especially if the weather is snowy, icy, or very cold. You will have fewer other active buyers out there to compete against, which will help keep sellers in check with their asking prices and also hopefully help prevent you from directly competing against another buyer for the same property in a bidding war. Also, don't be afraid of house shopping on bad weather days or holidays if your agent is willing to show you houses during those times. I've written offers for clients on newly listed homes that we won without having to compete against other buyers because I was willing to show those houses. One time I showed during a snowstorm, and the other time it was during a holiday. I've written offers on both Easter and Halloween where they were just accepted with nobody else even trying. So think about those off times as working in your advantage. Now, I'm not telling you to demand of your agent that he or she shows houses like all day on Christmas Eve or Mother's Day. You're gonna get yourself fired as a buyer. But if you have a good working relationship with your agent and a new listing does pop up that catches your eye on a bad weather day or right before a holiday and you feel really serious about your interest, don't assume that just because the weather is crummy or the day is a holiday, that it's automatically a no for showings. Politely ask your agent, and if that agent has the time and the willingness, go look at that house. 2, identify overpriced listings by DOM, or days on market. You are unlikely to get a big price reduction on a newly listed property, but you do stand a chance of negotiating the price if a property's been sitting around for a while and it's getting a higher number of days on market. That number is considered a long time. That number is going to vary by market, but I'd say a good benchmark is probably about 30 days. With as hot as the real estate market has been lately, if a seller is waiting on an offer after a month or longer, chances are pretty good that he or she is starting to feel a little unhappy and kind of nervous about their decisions in pricing their property. 3, price reductions. If you see a listing that has taken a price reduction or a series of them, you are looking at a seller that is motivated to sell, or at least one that is coming to reality about what it will take to get their house sold. While their new and improved price may be appealing, approach it with a grain of salt, because while that seller may feel like they're reducing the price, that doesn't actually mean that what the original list price was ever in the realm of reality. Make sure that you do your homework and you have a good idea of what a realistic selling price or true market value for that property would be based upon recently sold comps in the neighborhood. 4, identify seller motivations. This one can be hard to do as a buyer unless you're dealing with a FSBO seller, in which case you're probably communicating with the seller directly. After establishing friendly communication, try asking why they're selling. A savvy seller will probably not tell you very much, but many people just vomit out way more information than they should, and it ends up revealing their motivations and their urgency level. If you're looking at a property listed by a brokerage, ask your agent to give the listing agent a call and see what he or she can find out. Again, if the listing agent is skilled, he or she is going to be very measured and close to the chest in what they say. But you'd be surprised what is sometimes revealed about seller motivation, reasons for selling, and timelines, stuff like that, during a conversation. You're looking for a seller that has a high level of motivation to sell. Look for the poorly marketed listings. The little ugly ducklings of the MLS, the ones without professional photography because their listing agent thought they could make it work with just a cell phone. The ones where the rooms in the yard are all messy, the ones with only one exterior picture. These are the listings that are not putting their best foot forward to the home buying public, and as a result are going to be essentially ignored by the majority of buyers out there. Why not go take a look in person? You never know. The house may have a lot of great potential that you just couldn't see through those crummy photos. Number 6, the dated and the ugly houses. If you're serious about wanting a deal on a house, you should definitely be considering the ones that need cosmetic improvements. Don't let bad paint colors and ugly flooring throw you off. What other buyers can't see beyond might be just your opportunity to score a solid house with a beautiful potential once you take care of those relatively minor cosmetic updates. Number 7, find off-market properties. These are houses that you've heard about through the grapevine that someone wants to sell, but they're not quite ready to list yet, or they don't want the whole neighborhood to know they're selling, or they're open to giving you the first shot at it. Now, this is not necessarily an open invitation, meaning that you're just going to waltz in with a crazy lowball offer. But what it does mean is that you have the opportunity to present market data supporting your opinion of value and make an offer without the additional pressure of other buyers potentially driving the price up or forcing you to the top of your price range just to get the deal signed quickly. Number 8, consider a no negotiation approach. What I mean by this is that you don't enter into the offer and negotiation process expecting to play games with the seller by coming in super low and countering back and forth in small increments. Instead, just cut to the chase. Have your agent verbally hammer out as many details as possible in advance so that everybody is in agreement. Things like the closing date, any closing costs, the scope of the inspections that you'll do, and then you make an offer with a price that is researched based on reality and fair. Provide your reasoning to the listing agent and the seller and let it be known that this is the best offer you are going to make and that you're approaching it this way as to not mess around and save everybody time and hassle. Of course, you do need to be serious about it being your best offer and not just having it be a bluff. You must be willing to walk away. If you get the deal, you've got yourself a good deal. If you don't, you walk away knowing that you gave it your best try and you move on. Okay, I want to take a break here to dive into something that is really important to understand and actually may influence your perception of if you got a good deal or not. It's the list price. Keep in mind that the list price on a property is not gospel. The list price is only the seller's opinion of value. The seller's opinion of value is often influenced by a lot of outside factors, things like market trends, what's been selling in their neighborhood, what their agent told them, what the internet told them, what their friends and family are saying, as well as the seller's own emotional attachment to the home, which has nothing at all to do with value. The true value of a property is based off of good comps and what buyers are willing to pay. Sometimes what's going to be a good deal to you is going to be list price or even higher because you've done your research about the property's actual market value and the property gives you what you're looking for in terms of location, size, amenities, stuff like that. Could you go buy another house for less money? Probably. But if that other house doesn't give you everything that you have on your wish list, is it actually a good deal? Or did you just spend money on something that's not quite right? If you end up buying a highly desirable house for over list price and you had to beat out other buyers with your offer, does that mean you got a bad deal? No, not necessarily. Remember, the list price is only the seller's opinion of value, and if multiple buyers were fighting over the house, then the market is showing everyone that the value was greater than anticipated. Even though you paid more than list price to get it, doesn't mean that you actually paid more than market value. Okay, you tell me what you think makes a house a good deal. Is it just the price, or is there more to what makes a deal a good deal? I would love it if you would let me know down below in the comments section. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.